December 21st, 1987. My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with Forrest W. Jones in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Mr. Jones, where were you born?
Born in Bennington County, Vermont, March 6, 1922.
1922. Who is your father?
William Jones.
And your mother?
Ella Bickford Jones.
Ella Bickford. B-I-C-K-F-O-R-D?
Right.
What kind of work your father did?
Was a handyman, fireman. He worked in a lime quarry, and his last job was as a storekeeper at a country store.
And did you go through school in Vermont?
No. I moved to New York State when I was about 1 year old.
To where in New York?
In a town in North Petersburg.
North Petersburg.
I went to grade school there. I went to high school in Hoosick Falls, New York.
What's the name of the town?
Hoosick Falls, Hoosick, F-A-L-S.
Okay. And what year did you graduate from high school?
1939.
1939. After high school, what did you do?
I worked on a farm until I went in the Army.
In New York? Was this your father's farm?
No, this was a neighbor's farm.
Mm-hmm. And you joined the Army?
January 9th, 1941.
And where did you take your basic training?
Schofield Barracks.
So you were sent straight to Hawaii?
Sent straight over there, went down through the Panama Canal and over to Pearl Harbor, arrived there February 28th, 41. Got off ship the following morning, March 1st.
Tell me about the trip to Hawaii on the ship. What boat did you go over?
Went on a USAT Republic.
Republic.
It was an Army transport.
Is that an LST?
It was a United States Army transport. I don't know, that's what it was called.
Okay.
It's just a troop transport.
Okay. Anything happened on the trip over?
We had a storm off Cape Hatteras, 2 days, and everybody on the ship got sick. And we all got dysentery, and we were quarantined off in Pearl for about 2 weeks before we could be assigned to our unit to take basic training.
How many men were on the Republic?
Oh Lord, I don't know, less than 1,000, I think.
And tell me about the Panama Canal. What did you think of the canal you went through?
Yeah, I don't know, it was awful hot. I know I got sunburned going through there, but it was quite an achievement. I mean, to see those big ships going through the canal like that.
How long did it take to go through?
Oh, less than a day.
And how many locks? How high up or down do you go in the canal? Those locks?
Been so long ago. Gee, I don't know, 10, 20 feet. It seemed like. I don't think it was much more than that. Oh, it might have been, yeah. Yeah, it was more than that, I think.
So you landed 1st of March of 41.
Yeah, well, we got there February 28th, but they didn't let us off the ship till the following morning.
And where did you land?
Land right there at Pearl.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
And did you get to spend much time in Honolulu? Or you just ship you straight out to Schofield Barracks?
No, we went straight from that quarantine camp to Schofield.
Okay, now the quarantine camp was...
It was a tent city. I mean, they want to make sure they got the dysentery bug out of us, before we went out there.
Now, was that near Honolulu? The dysentery?
Yes. I don't know exactly where.
Okay, and you were there for how many weeks?
About 2-3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah.
What did you do in the camp?
We just didn't do much of anything except we marched around, did a few drills and stuff like that. But the main thing was to get a system cleared out.
Okay. And how you travel from there to Schofield Barracks?
I don't remember, but it must have been by truck. I'm pretty sure.
How far is that?
Oh, I think about 15, 16 miles, something like that.
And tell me about basic Schofield, the training you went through.
Well, it was kind of rough. Just ordinary basic, regular basic, you know, close order drill, and then we had gun drill and all that kind of stuff.
What weapons did you train with in basic?
We trained with a 75 millimeter field gun. See, we took artillery basic, you know. And of course we trained with a 45, and a Springfield artillery. And that's about the only weapons we did.
And you had the French 75.
Yeah.
Was that still horse drawn at that time?
No. You hook it up to trucks.
Okay, trucks. When did the Army dismount? Do you know? Go from horseback to trucks.
Gee, I don't know. I have no idea. It was before I got in service.
And how long did basic last?
I think it was 4 weeks, and then was assigned to our outfit and got additional training actually there.
And which outfit were you?
I was assigned to Battery D, 8th Field Artillery.
Were you assigned to a division, or was this a...
That was part of the Hawaiian Department at that time. And October the 1st, they reorganized over there, and they activated the 24th Division and 25th Division. And our outfit became Battery A, 64th Field Artillery of the 25th Infantry Division.
How big is Schofield Barracks?
How big, you know,
in area.
In area? Well, the main place where the buildings are is probably about 3-4 square miles, I guess. But of course, there's a lot of area around it.
Who was Schofield?
What?
Who was Schofield? Was it named after a man?
Oh, I think it was, yeah, but I don't know. I have no idea.
So, after basic, what'd you do?
We had a regular drills just about every day, and but usually would last about a half a day, I guess. We used to get every Wednesday afternoon off, I remember that, and usually have inspections on Saturday, and get Saturday afternoon and Sunday off.
What'd you do for recreation in your off-duty time?
Yeah, well, I had a lot of sports over there, but I didn't get into that very much. Sometimes we went swimming out at Soldiers Beach. We were out there, going out there several times.
Where is Soldiers Beach?
I don't know exactly where it is on the island. I think it's on the north side of the island. It was called Soldiers Beach, but I think it probably had another name.
What was the attitude of the Hawaiians to the mainlanders at that time?
They were kind of distant, you know, to us, you know.
Do you have much contact with the Hawaiians at all?
I didn't. No.
How often did you go to Honolulu?
I got to Honolulu 3 times is all the time I was there.
Have you been back there since?
I've been through there. I've flown in there at Hickam Field and flown out twice.
Okay. Did you have any idea that we'd go to war?
At that time, what I was going to do, I had no idea about it.
What was your opinion of the war in Europe, of Germany and France?
I was pretty young then. I didn't think too much about that, you know. But I knew that there was trouble in the world, and one of these days we were going to get into it. But I didn't expect to get into it, you know, like this, you know. It was a shock, you know.
Was there any idea at all that Hawaii would be attacked by the Japanese?
No. Well, our guns were packed in grease, you know, and carbonate and stuff. The next day, we were trying to get that stuff off, you know.
I understand. Mr. Harding told me that they had an alert. They were on alert for 1 or 2 weeks, and then it was called off.
I don't.
That may have just been at Wheeler though, instead of Schofield.
Yeah, that was probably the Air Force.
Yeah, it was the Army Air Corps.
Yeah, yeah, Army Air Corps didn't have an Air Force.
So, what were you doing December 6th?
December 6th,
Saturday.
Saturday. I can't remember. Just laying around the barracks, I guess, because I didn't go anywhere. I don't think. 'Cause I remember what I was doing that morning of December 7th.
Okay. So, what time do you get up on December 7th?
It must have been probably about 7 o'clock. Yeah, on Sunday we didn't have any formations or anything.
What time is reveille normally?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you slept in on Sunday. So you got up, what'd you do? Tell me exactly what happened.
You know, showered and shaved. Well, I was halfway through shaving is what happened. Halfway through shaving when we heard the explosions first. And then we heard some gunfire. So, you know, everybody went outside. And we saw these planes coming over with that rising sun on it, you know. And then it didn't know who it was, you know. But when the dirt started flying up in your face, you know, and the guy in front of me goes down, we knew what was going on. We knew we were at war, but, you know, we soon found out it was the Japanese that we were at war with.
What was your thoughts when you first heard the explosions? What was going through your mind?
Well, I thought they was having a mock battle or something, you know, some kind of training. I thought the Air Force was having a training, you know, and dropping bombs out in fields someplace or something. But when we found out they were real bullets, well, you know, we knew something bad was going on.
So you're halfway through shaving, and then what to do? You found out it was the Japanese.
Yeah, we went outside, and then we helped carry this, you know, one guy inside the mess hall there, so we could, you know, get him out, get him under cover.
Were you wounded?
Yeah, he had 3 bullets, right through the groin. I don't know if he lived or not.
Which direction did the Japanese come from, you know?
Well, they came from the north, I understand, at Pearl, but I think they come over Coley Pass on us, which would be from the west.
Can you show me out here?
Let's see.
Because here's Schofield Barracks.
Here's Schofield. Here's Guiana. And Coley Pass has got to be right up in here someplace.
Okay, let me turn it around this way. Get it? Can you show me exactly with your Schofield?
Here's Schofield, and Guiana is just went straight over the pass into Guiana. So if they had to come this way, which would, I guess, be from the southwest. But of course, our Pearl's over here, so I imagine that's what they did, you know. Just circle around. Or they might have come this way, I'm not sure. But the ones I saw are coming at us from the side where Coley Pass was. Our artillery barracks, you could see the pass.
Yeah.
And they were coming right straight at us from that direction.
So, after you got the guy in undercover, then what'd you do?
Well, I don't know, we tried to get organized there, the officers, you know. See, I was pretty young in there. I was just a PFC, you know. And I didn't do much except what I was told. But we got our weapons out, you know, what we had there, and ammunition. And, of course, we were getting our field artillery pieces ready to go to the field, you know, because our ammunition and our guns were no good against these airplanes, you know. Our place was out in the field in case they invaded. So that's what we were trying to do, you know, get ready to go to the field. And that's what we did, you know, later on.
So during the attack, you know, what'd you do? Get your weapons out, ammunition?
What fuel that there were in the arms room, but there wasn't very many there.
Where was most of the ammunition kept?
But the ammunition wasn't kept there. It was kept over on the other side of Coley Pass, that's a big ammunition dump there.
Did the Japanese attack that?
I don't think they hit it. No.
So, were you all successful in shooting any Japanese planes down there at Schofield Barracks?
Our outfit, no.
Yeah.
No.
What was it?
They shot at planes, but I mean, I don't, just with handguns and stuff.
What was at Schofield Barracks?
What was that Schofield?
Yeah, what was stationed there? What
Well,
unit?
infantry, well, we had the 24th Infantry Division, the 25th Infantry Division, about 15,000 men each, I think, if they were at full strength. And then they had a bunch of engineers, and medics, naturally.
What was the main target that the Japanese were hitting at Schofield Barracks?
They weren't, I don't think they were hitting any target there. I think they were just strafing, is all.
They bombed?
No, I don't think there's any bombs dropped in Schofield, as far as I know. And of course, Wheeler Field's right on the edge of it, so they strafed that, and I think they dropped a few small bombs in there. Most of the big bombs, that Pearl and the Hickam Field.
So were you trying to shoot at the Japanese, find a place to hide, or what?
I didn't have a gun myself.
So what'd you do?
I don't remember doing much anything, just standing around, walking around, and talking, everybody talking, and just trying to figure out what's going on, and until our officers and NCOs got things organized and we started packing up,
How many men were killed at Schofield?
I don't remember. I got the figures on that, if you will.
That's okay. How much damage was done there?
Well, it knocked a bunch of windows out, and that's about it.
And how long did the attack last?
They come in there twice, as far as I know, and it wasn't long. Maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes at the most each time. But there were some, you could hear some dog fights up in the air, and very few of our planes up there, but once in a while, you'd hear them up there.
Were you the one telling me about the big black limousine, the black car?
Mm-hmm.
Someone told me they saw a black car a couple days before the attack, with all his antennas sticking out. Maybe it was true.
No, I don't know anything about that. That's all new to me.
So, what did you do after the attack?
What did I do after the attack? We were just packing up and getting organized and getting our guns ready to go to the field. And they went to the field that afternoon.
Did you think the Japanese would invade?
Yeah. We expected that they would. And we got out in the field and we dug just about all night through rock and everything else, trying to get our guns in a gun emplacement so we could fire.
And where did you go? What part of the island?
I don't know what part it was. I have no idea. No.
And how long were you out there?
I wasn't out in the field all the time. They sent me back in after about a month. Sent me back into Schofield. And it's where the administrative headquarters was. And made me a company clerk, a battery clerk. So I stayed there until we shipped out. No, I didn't stay there either. I got transferred to division headquarters because they needed somebody down there that could take shorthand.
And you took shorthand? Yeah. And division headquarters at Schofield?
Yeah.
Were there any civilians working on Schofield Barracks? Any Hawaiians, civilians?
I think so. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, it must have been in the laundries and the PXs and stuff like that.
What was the attitude toward the Japanese on the island? The ones that lived in what after the attack?
The attitude, our attitude.
Yeah.
We didn't trust them. We didn't trust them 1 inch.
And how long were you at Schofield Barracks then after the attack?
We left in October sometime.
October 42?
October 42. We left on the SS Norden. Nordan. I think it was a Dutch ship. We was on the water about 45 days, and we landed at Red Beach, Guadalcanal on December 17th, I think, 42.
Before we go there, if I ask a question, December 7th is, how would you answer that?
It's a day I can't forget. I don't think other people should either, because we sure on one another.
Anything happen on the trip to Guadalcanal on the north?
One night we must have ran into a submarine or something that was surfaced because all hell broke loose up on deck, and we were packed five high in this thing, in the bunks, 5 high, and just like sandwiched in, and everybody was trying to get up on deck, and it was crazy, because we had all our gun, we had a gun, ammunition, and a pack and everything in that bunk. It was just impossible to get up on deck, and this lasted about an hour, I guess, this fight, whatever it was, and I never did find out what it was, because everything was so secret then, we didn't even know where we were going or anything until the morning we got off that ship. We didn't know we was going to Guadalcanal.
Let me back up and ask that December 7th and the next few days, were people triggered happy?
Yeah. Yeah,
I understand that we shot our own planes down that were coming in.
Probably, yeah. We were shooting cows and mongoose.
So, December 17th, 1942. Was that the big invasion of Guadalcanal?
No, August.
So Guadalcanal had been taken by that time?
No, not entirely. It wasn't entirely taken until February of 43.
So what'd you do on Guadalcanal?
Well, we established our bivouac in between the airfields there. But most of our infantry outfits went right into the battle. But I was signed to division headquarters then, so the only thing I got was air raids.
What kind of command post did you have there in Guadalcanal? Or were you living quarters like?
Oh, tent. We had tents. And our offices were tents.
And who was division commander?
There was J. Lawton Collins.
Oh, J. Lawton Collins.
Mm-hmm. He was later shipped over to New York.
Yeah. What kind of man was he?
As far as I know, he was a good man.
Did you know him?
No, I didn't really know him. I know him by sight, is all.
And how far were you from the front lines at Guadalcanal? The Division CP?
Oh, maybe 5 miles, 6 miles.
And how long were you there?
Well, we traveled around some of those other islands, some. But we left in November of 43 and went to New Zealand. So we were there quite a while.
And why were you sent to New Zealand?
We went down there for a rest.
And what was the attitude that the New Zealanders toward the Americans?
Oh, they were wonderful. Yeah, we didn't have any trouble there at all. I mean, they couldn't do enough for them.
And I guess after Coral Sea, I was in Australia during the anniversary of Coral Sea Week.
Mm.
And any American treated like a king down there.
Oh, yeah.
During Coral Sea
Oh,
Week.
they,
And so how long were you there in New Zealand?
I was there after Christmas and New Year's, sometime in January. We went to New Caledonia for more extensive training.
What type of training?
Just physical training, mostly. Go on a lot of hikes and climbing and all kind of jungle training and stuff. Because I guess they figured they were going to. We figured we was going to go to Borneo, is where we figured we was going. but we went to Luzon instead.
Were you there for the invasion of Luzon?
We come in there 2 days later. The invasion was the 7th in the game golf, and we got there the 9th of January, 45.
Was the battle of Manila still going on?
I think that was mostly taken. It may have been going on, I don't know.
And where was the Division CP set up in that area?
Well, we kept moving just about every day, you know, until about the time that I left there. It got kind of stabilized there. We was at an agricultural school up in the north central part.
What were your duties with the division?
I was the court reporter and clerk for the judge advocate section.
And what type of work did you do? I mean, what kind of case did you handle cases or what?
Well, yeah, all the army cases, you know. Anybody tried by general court martial.
What were the general cases that you handled? General. Is that a fair question?
Well, in New Zealand, we had a couple of rape cases, statutory rape cases, and I had a couple of robberies, and we had some murder cases, and we had some cases of a few of men deserting the front line, but not very many.
What's the penalty for desertion?
Death. In wartime.
Was it ever carried out?
Not to my knowledge. It's automatically appealed anyway, so I would never know.
So after Luzon, where'd you go?
Went home.
You came home. And what was the date?
April 1945. I don't know, I was sent back to the States on a 45-day temporary duty deal. Then I was supposed to go back to my outfit to wherever it was. While I was home, the war over Europe ended. So I got a cablegram from my outfit in the Philippines. They wanted to know if I wanted to come back or stay in the States. So I give them an answer real quick.
What'd you do in PE Day? Was there a celebration?
Yes, I was in Camp Joseph T. Robinson, Arkansas. And we just tore the place up.
What did you do?
Not drunk, I guess. Almost, anyway.
And then where were you in PJ Day?
VJ Day.
See, PE Day was in May and VJ Day was in...
Oh, and no, I got it wrong. VJ Day is when it tore the place up when I was down at Camp Robinson. I was home on VE Day. I don't know if I did anything really because I was on furlough then, you know, more or less. And,
So how long that celebration lasted at Camp Robinson?
all night, for sure. I think that things quieted down next day. Yeah.
And then were you discharged then, or did you stay?
Well, I had to wait. You know, you had so many points to get discharged with, and the job I had, I was a warrant officer there in the judge advocate section there. And I had to have a replacement before I could go, so I had to wait till I got a replacement who had lesser points than I did. So I was there until November.
45? Then you were discharged?
Mm-hmm. I was put on an inactive status. I wasn't actually discharged.
What was your rank at that time?
I was a warrant officer, junior grade.
And you returned to New York? And what did you do after the war?
I worked in a country store there, the same country store that my father worked at.
What was the name of
It was Brennan Stool's store, D.W. Brennan Stool's country store, you know, general store.
And was that North Petersburg? When'd you meet your wife?
Well, I'm the second wife.
She's my second wife. I met my first wife in New York City. I was signed to New York Military District in 1953 I met her. We got married in 1954. And my wife died in January 16, 1978.
What was her name?
It was Ann McMahon.
And then, when did you all meet?
We met in 79 out here in Oklahoma. April 79.
And you met in Oklahoma?
No.
What were you doing here in Oklahoma?
After my wife died, I moved out here because 3 of my brothers live here. And I wanted to be near some of my relatives.
And when did y'all get married?
We got married in June 1980.
And are you retired now?
Yes. I retired from the Army May 1st of 1964.
So you went back in the Army then?
Yes, I went back in. I stayed out 3 years on an inactive status, and then I enlisted as an enlisted man and went back in as a staff sergeant.
Did you go to Korea?
Yes, I was in Tokyo when it happened, and they sent me right over there.
What did you do in Korea? What
I
were you
was
saying?
I was with an intelligence outfit, and we was in charge of getting our agents out to the front lines and getting them back.
Now you say your agents, your MI, your intelligence.
Well, we used the Koreans, you know. We was getting positive intelligence. We were sending them through the lines, and then they would work their way back, and usually we'd have to pick them up in the POW cage on the bed. And then we'd interview them and interrogate them and get whatever information we could, and that was something like to General MacArthur's headquarters in Tokyo.
How'd you send them through the lines? How'd you get
One of our outfit had to go to the front line with the agent and talk to whoever was in charge there, so they'd let them through the lines. And sometimes you had to go right up on the line to make sure they got through.
And then how they get to the Korean lines, the North Korean lines?
That was the hard part. Well, they were Koreans anyway, see.
Yeah.
So we had kids, women, old men, you know, all types of people.
Was there a definite front in Korea like there was in
That front would move every hour.
So they generally could just infiltrate through and...
No. Sometimes I get behind the lines, and I got my own midship now, you know, trying to get back. Yeah.
Or what were you doing out on the lines there?
Well, the whole outfit, see, would move while you was out there traveling, you know, watching to make sure your agent got out there and everything, you know. And they don't care about you. You're only one man, you know. So they get some action, they just take off, you know. And you're left stranded there by yourself.
How close did the North Koreans come to you?
I don't know, really.
How did you pick up the agents when they came back? You said POW status?
Well, they would try to get captured coming back, see. And then every morning we'd go check a POW, check where they put these POWs, see. We call it POW case. And see if any of our agents had it, because they didn't carry any identification at all. So we had to identify them, and then they would let them out. So.
And what kind of information were they bringing back?
Oh, the number of troops, and you know, what kind of armor they had, all that kind of stuff.
And were they wearing uniforms, or just their clothes?
Oh, they just had ordinary clothes on.
Were you there when the Chinese came down?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was in the North Korean capital, in Pyongyang. And we started back and went all the way back to Busan.
How'd you travel?
An old 2.5-ton truck. I was driving it.
Was that a retreat or was that a panic?
It was, well, I don't think it was a panic. I mean, we didn't just run. We just, you know, made our way backwards all the time.
I talked to some guys in the first cab, and of course they were hit hard there.
Yeah,
They said it was just They just dropped the ram.
Well, I guess some outfits had to cut
Of
them.
course, the first cab took the brunt of the Chinese attack there. They were really getting over there. So you came from, and you came to Busan. How far is that? What did you do?
The whole length of the country, just about. I don't
With
know.
your agents, did you have any idea the Chinese were coming down?
Yes. We told them they were coming, and they didn't believe us. That's right.
Who'd you tell?
We sent our reports back to MacArthur's headquarters. And they, as far as I know, they didn't take any action on it. Because we never got word officially that they were in the country, And our agents, knew that they were Chinese, that they were in North Korean uniform. They said they were Chinese, And certainly that's exactly what it was.
And how long did that retreat take from John to Busan?
I don't remember. It seemed like it must have taken over a week.
What was the weather like at that time?
I don't remember what time of the year it was even.
Because I heard the winters got pretty bad in Korea.
Oh yeah, the first winter I was over there. I got over there September the 1st of 1950. The first winter, then we were frozen to death.
What kind of winter clothing did you?
Well, I didn't have the proper boots on, one thing. And I guess I just didn't have the proper clothes. I didn't have the warm underwear and stuff. But it was better, it got better. We got some better clothing, better equipment as time went by.
And how long you in Korea?
I was there 14 months.
Were you there when the armistice was declared?
Oh no, I got out of there in November of 52.
52.
Yeah.
And where'd you go?
Well, I was evacuated out. I got hepatitis and yellow jaundice, and I was evacuated to Tokyo and then Yokohama and then back to States.
And then what'd you do in the army from then until you retired?
I was assigned to the military district in New York, and part-time in New Jersey, sub-area headquarters, until I was shipped to Germany. I went to Bamberg, Germany for 3 years.
Was that still the army of occupation at
No,
that time?
no, it wasn't. Well, I don't think it was called it. No, it wasn't that time, no.
Let me back up before we get into Germany. What was the attitude of the South Korean people to the Americans?
It was very good, I thought. It took it very good, We didn't have any fights as far as I know.
Why was Korea divided?
Why was it divided?
When was it divided in North and South Korea?
After World War II.
Why the division?
Well, I don't know. Because of I think it was the Russians had the north part and occupied the north part, and the Americans occupied the south part. Like the deal they had over in Germany, that was occupied by several different countries, 4 different countries, I think.
What was the attitude of the German people toward the Americans when you were there?
It was cordial, but there was some friction, I think, a little friction.
And why did you retire at Oklahoma?
Why did I retire at Oklahoma? Well, I came out here. You know when I came out here.
You retired in New York.
I retired in New York. I was in Fort Wadsworth on Staten Island, New York, when I retired from that in 1964.
You moved back to Oklahoma?
And no, I lived in New Jersey then. That's where my first wife was from. and I lived there until she died. In fact, I lived there. I was still in the Army when I lived there. I lived there for several years, before I retired. Even though,
That's right. And then you moved over.
yeah, I even rented my house out while I was over in Germany.
Well, what have you done since retirement?
Travel.
Travel a lot if I can. Got to the point where it's kind of hard to get around sometimes. But I've had a couple heart attacks, and
About that surgery.
very poor circulation. We all had bypass surgery. And I guess I just had a light stroke. So.
Anything else about December 7th that we didn't talk about? You can recall any specific incidents?
I remember that man getting hit right in front of me, and I never seen those planes. I never hearing those bombs going off. I could hear those bombs in Pearl Harbor, and that's a long ways away, but so it took a hell of a blast, And that's about it.
Well, I think we have a good interview.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Kind of hard to remember. If I'd have known what you was going to ask, I could have. I got a bunch of dates and everything written down. I was just telling her I was on 11 different ships, and I know what date I got on, what day I got off. I got it written down.
He said he thought he was on more ships than some of the Navy people
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
What kind of food do you have in those ships?
Well, some of them was all right, but we was on that ship going from Schofield down to Guadalcanal. You had so many troops on board ship that you only got 2 meals a day, and when you get out of one line, I mean, after you eat, you get back in line again to get your next meal. You stand in line all the time. That's about all we did on that ship, stand in line.
He has a book he ordered called The Iron Bottom Bay that's about Guadalcanal.
It tells all about that, about the big battles on the Solomon Islands.
Yeah, we've interviewed some of the Marines that went in.
Yeah.
At Guadalcanal. We got
They were up. Oh, yeah, they really got torn up.
In fact, just interviewed a man in Woodward who was in the first wave at Omaha Beach D-Day.
Mm-hmm.
And that got rough.
Oh, yeah. I never got in on the initial landing in place. I was very fortunate to be assigned to the headquarters, most of the time.
My first
I was
husband
during World War II.
was on Iwo Jima when
Yeah. See, Iwo Jima's where, that's Mount Suribachi, isn't it? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, I'm sure. If it does you some good, albeit.
How about the air cover quality now? Was it,
The our air cover?
yeah.
Well, first along, it wasn't very good, but after a while, when we have these air raids, they got the night fighters in there, and then that was a show every night. I mean, they knock that guy out of the air,
talking about foxholes, it made me think of that man, Worley from Norman down there, that was our president of the organization last year. He said when he and his wife got married, they spent the first night at Biltmore Hotel. When he heard the police siren or ambulance, he'd jump out of bed looking for a foxhole.
Yeah, one battle there, about 130 planes come over.
Japanese?
Japanese planes, and that was just about the end of them. They just about wiped them out then. But they hit, I don't know, 3 ships, I think, that was in that bay there.
The kamikazes?
Yeah.
Where are the airplanes coming from, the Japanese planes?
They came from New Georgia, I think, or one of those islands that was close by. And they weren't quite ready for them, I don't think, but after they got going, they really tore them up. I mean, those planes coming down all over the place. That was the last big air battle that I ever saw. Hit 130 of them and probably about 50 of ours, I guess.
We got most of them.
Yeah.
Any reason why the Japanese didn't invade at Hawaii?
I don't think they thought that job was going to be as easy as it was. I think they thought they were going to have a lot harder time, and they just weren't ready to go in there. They didn't bring along an invasion force. You know?
Could they have taken Hawaii if they had an invasion force?
If it was big enough, yeah. If you had a big enough invasion force, yeah. I don't see why not. We sure weren't ready for it. Yeah. I know I wasn't.